So Pixar has just announced Coco 2, and I am now sick of all these sequels from Disney being announced. Yesterday we got Encanto 2 was officially in the works, which that's fine for me because I feel like Encanto, you can do a lot of stuff in that world. But Coco, on the other hand, I honestly have no idea what they could do with a sequel. The first movie works on its own. It's a standalone film, it does not need a sequel. You can't really do a sequel to it. And yet, they're still making a sequel. Why is Disney doing this? So they want to repeat that. Coco 2, easy $1 billion film. Incredibles 3, easy $1 billion film. Toy Story 5, another $1 billion film. And then when we even get to the Walt Disney catalog, Zootopia 2, Frozen 3, Frozen 4, they're all going to make $1 billion. So Disney just wants to repeat that over and over again. And that even goes for their live action remakes. In 2019, all of them made $1 billion. So they're still just trying to repeat that. Disney is wanting money. That's why we're getting all these sequels, all these live action remakes. And hence why we got Coco 2. Disney wants money. And I love that first Coco movie, but it does not need a sequel. Even if I want to see these characters again, I can say we don't need a sequel. Now, granted, I didn't want Toy Story 5, but hearing the story around it, with the technology and iPad kids and such, it's going to be focused more on Buzz and Jessie. I'm a bit more interested in that movie, but I can still say that we don't need it. Incredibles 3, I feel like that's just a sequel that we kind of need. Superhero projects could have countless sequels. Inside Out 2, I mentioned this a lot in my review, but Riley has grown up with his audience, so just have Riley keep aging. Inside Out, you can make a ton of sequels for and no one will get mad. But Coco, I honestly have no idea where the story could go. Now, like I just mentioned for Toy Story 5, once they announce the story, it could interest me more. But currently, right now, the day that they announce Coco 2, I have no interest in it. Will I still watch it? Yes. But it does not need to happen. And for all we know, Pixar could be making like Up 2 or something. WALL-E 2. These movies that absolutely do not need a sequel under any circumstances, they're going to make a sequel for. I'm surprised they haven't announced Cars 4 yet. I'm getting sick of all these sequels, but if Coco 2 is still able to capture the magic that Inside Out 2 brought, it can be something, but we'll just have to wait until 2029 for. I just wish Disney and Pixar just goes back to original films. We are getting a few. Elio, Hopper from Pixar. It's a lot of sequels. Pixar said that Toy Story 4 was going to be the last sequel. They lied. There's a lot more sequels coming out. It sucks because Pixar just also released Win or Lose, which is a great show and captures the Pixar themes that Pixar should be telling and is a original show. Why can't we go back to that format? We're stuck in that sequel phase still. Pixar had a great era in the 2000s. The 2010s were a bunch of sequels. We were hoping they go back to original projects. They did a little bit. We're still getting a mixture of them in there, but it's a lot of sequels. The same problem goes for Disney, and I kind of just want them to go back to original films. Learn how to market an original film to have people go see it. Frozen made $1 billion. That was an original film. The highest grossing movie of all time is an original film. If you market it right, it can make $1 billion still. You do not need to rely on sequels for a movie to make a lot of money. Even the first Coco movie was still close to $1 billion, and it was the original film. Zootopia made $1 billion, and that's the original film. You just need to know how to market it right. How to have the buzz around it. And then it can make $1 billion. You do not need to rely on sequels. Coco 2 is just going to be one of those sequels that are forced. It's not because they had the right story, so they decided to make a sequel. It's because they want money. And that's exactly what Coco 2 does. Will it be good? I'm sure it will. Is it necessary? Not really.